Imagine a world where the Library of Alexandria, that ancient beacon of knowledge, never fell to flames, never succumbed to the chaos of war and ignorance. Picture it standing tall, its scrolls and manuscripts preserved, its scholars bustling in and out, sharing ideas that could have reshaped the very fabric of our civilization. What if I told you that the survival of this monumental institution could have altered the course of history in ways we can only dream about? Let's rewind to the 3rd century BCE, when the library was at its zenith. This was a time when philosophers, mathematicians, and scientists gathered in Alexandria, exchanging theories and discoveries. Imagine the great Euclid, laying down the foundations of geometry, sharing his work with eager minds, or Archimedes perhaps scribbling his thoughts on buoyancy and levers, surrounded by students hungry for knowledge. This was a melting pot of ideas, a cauldron of innovation that could have propelled humanity forward at an astonishing pace. But then tragedy struck. The library faced multiple threats over the centuries: fires, invasions, neglect. Each time it lost precious scrolls, irreplaceable works of art and intellect that could have guided future generations. But what if instead the library had thrived? What if the knowledge contained within its walls had been meticulously copied, shared, and expanded upon? Let's consider the scientific advancements. With the library still intact, the works of ancient scientists could have influenced the Renaissance much earlier. Imagine if the ideas of heliocentrism proposed by Aristarchus had been widely accepted centuries before Copernicus. The scientific revolution could have ignited in the 1st century instead of the 16th, potentially leading to earlier technological advancements. Think steam engines, electricity, or even the internet. The implications are staggering. But it's not just science. The library was also a treasure trove of literature, philosophy, and history. With its preservation, the works of Homer, Plato, and countless others would have been safeguarded against the ravages of time. Imagine the impact of having access to the unfiltered thoughts of the ancients, their philosophies shaping our moral and ethical frameworks long before the Enlightenment. We could have had a more profound understanding of democracy, ethics, and human rights centuries earlier, leading to societal structures that value equality and justice more deeply. And let's not forget about medicine. The library housed texts on ancient medical practices, herbal remedies, and anatomical studies. If these had been preserved and built upon, we might have seen advances in medicine that could have saved countless lives. Imagine a world where the germ theory of disease was discovered in the 1st century, leading to improved public health practices and a significant reduction in pandemics. Culturally, the library's survival would have fostered a greater appreciation for diversity. Scholars from various cultures and backgrounds collaborated and shared their knowledge. This melting pot of ideas could have led to a more interconnected world where cultural exchanges flourished and tolerance became the norm rather than the exception. Now, let's bring it back to the present. We live in an age where information is at our fingertips, yet we often find ourselves drowning in a sea of misinformation. The lessons from the Library of Alexandria remind us of the importance of preserving knowledge, of valuing education, and of fostering open dialogue. Imagine a world where we prioritize learning and sharing ideas, where libraries are not just buildings, but sanctuaries of thought and innovation. So, what if the Library of Alexandria had never burned down? It's a tantalizing thought experiment, isn't it? While we can't rewrite history, we can certainly learn from it. We can strive to create our own libraries of Alexandria today, in our communities, our schools, and even online. Let's champion knowledge, celebrate curiosity, and ensure that the flames of ignorance never extinguish the light of understanding. Because in the end, it's not just about what we know, it's about what we choose to do with that knowledge. And that, my friends, is the legacy we can build together. If you like this video, please like, follow, subscribe, and comment.